Good afternoon. My name is Alena Shautsova. I am an immigration attorney from Brooklyn, New York. Today I would like to make my video about citizenship. We receive many phone calls from people who would like to apply for citizenship, but they're not sure about the procedure and what it's going to take. Especially, they worry about the test. Well, I have good news for you. The test for citizenship includes two parts: English language, when you're going to be tested on writing and reading ability and understanding ability, of course, when you're going to be talking to the US CIS officer, and a portion of the test will be dedicated to the United States history. It's not as difficult as it sounds. First, after you file your application, you're going to be offered to appear for fingerprints. Well, it's not really an offer, it's your obligation, because if you miss your fingerprints appointment, you will not be able to proceed with your application. During that appointment, after an officer will take your fingerprints and your picture, mind, the picture will be the one that will be placed on your certificate of naturalization. So, after your biometrics will be taken, you will be given a book with a CD in it, which will contain 100 questions on United States history. Surprisingly, the book also contains the answers to those questions, so preparing for the test is really easy. It will take anywhere between 3 to 20 hours, depending on your time frame and learning ability, to memorize the questions and the answers. So let's go back to the application itself. The application for citizenship, or Form N-400, can be downloaded from the USCIS official website for free. It's www.uscis.gov. When you file the application, you have to submit $680 current filing fee with it. Otherwise, your application will not be considered and will be rejected and returned to you. Some people who receive government assistance may file for a waiver of the fees. And the first that the USCIS will consider is the application for waiver. The waiver fee form likewise can be found at uscis.gov. Current application form for citizenship N-400 consists of about 21 pages of questions. It asks for biographical information, like your prior names, or if you'd like to change your name, names that you've ever used, including maiden names and names that you received at birth. Some people were adopted and their name was changed. Nevertheless, they have to include those names as well. It also asks for your address history and employment history. Most importantly, N-400 form calls for questions regarding your travels out of the United States and also about your prior immigration history, like if you have ever been in immigration court, or if you had any criminal history, which is very important. Now, the most important part about application for citizenship is to be honest when you answer all the questions, and answer all the questions completely. If you do need to provide explanations for certain answers and the form does not contain a field for an explanation, you have to submit a separate sheet of paper with an explanation to your answers. After you submit your application and it is accepted by USCIS, first notice that you will receive is a notice for fingerprints. After that, you might receive an error fee that actually does not call for submission of any documents and simply says to bring your state driver's license with you to the interview. In approximately 4 to 6 months, your interview for citizenship will be scheduled. You should arrive on time and have your passports, travel passports that you use for international travel, ready. because the USCIS officer who is going to be conducting your interview would want probably to look at them. As we already covered what's going to happen at the interview. The officer usually asks for your name, goes over your application, and proceeds with the test portion of the interview. If everything goes well, in some USCIS locations, you will immediately receive notice for your oath ceremony. In some locations, if everything goes well, the notice will arrive by mail. It typically takes about a month in New York to receive notice for the oath ceremony by mail. The oath ceremony is the final step in your citizenship application. You must appear for it, and you must take the oath. If you miss your oath ceremony, or you cannot appear, you should inform USCIS about this as soon as possible, hoping that they will reschedule your oath ceremony and you will not waste your application filing fee and time. Thank you.